Hi guys, Simon Calder, travel expert and correspondent for The Independent, spoke to the UK Trade and Business Commission about the impact Brexit is having on the travel industry. He spoke about how the ending of freedom of movement has hamstrung the sector when it comes to gaining access to the staff they need to operate airports, for example. How there has been a breakdown in communication between government and the sector when it comes to providing details of new rules and regulations. He also explained how this is impacting all of the UK. Have a listen.
Brexit impact on the travel industry has been absolutely massive, which goes way beyond the COVID impact. Now, I would begin, of course, by the problem that so much of the outbound and inbound tourism industry was staffed by people from the European Union. Many of them went home during COVID and have not returned because, of course, the paperwork is much more difficult. And you can talk to anyone from hoteliers in Scotland to the ground handlers at the UK's airports, and they will say something to the effect of, yes, somewhere between 25 and 50% of our staff were EU workers. We've still got some, but actually the labour pool is much smaller than it used to be. And of course, from the point of view of the traveller, my goodness, it has been so much more difficult to travel. Partly because the travel industry, and I'm afraid I'm looking at you here, Luke, not ABTA directly, but some of your members have been transmitting completely inaccurate advice about passport validity after Brexit, helped, and in fact, I think originally fueled by the government, which showed astonishing refusal until the 22nd of May this year to accept what Europe's rules on British passport holders going to Europe actually were. I have genuinely never seen anything like it. And for me to be going around and talking to the individual airlines and tour operators and the UK government saying, here's the rules, I've asked Brussels, here's all my sources, do check, you want to check direct with them, but these are the rules, so please will you enforce them? It is an extraordinary situation which has made things only worse as far as I can see. Sorry to be so miserable as well as so badly connected this morning.
So from 2016 on, businesses, including those in hospitality and travel, were told that Brexit would be a net benefit, that there would be no disruption. Slowly that morphed into, yes, there will be some change, but it will be minor. It was only about 6 months before the UK left the EU that people like Michael Gove was talking about truly preparing for Brexit. On the EU side, you had the bloc warning member states and companies to prepare for the UK becoming a third country. Brexiteers dismissed any real disruption as Project Fear, which meant that many individuals and companies were unprepared for the current situation. But as I've said before, Boris Johnson's government threw companies under a bus, and as Simon here has pointed out, many of these problems may not be fixed in the short term, meaning more costly adjustments for companies and disruption to holidaymakers. One of the lies of Brexit was that the EU would jump through hoops just to keep the UK happy. They need us more than we need them. But while the UK struggles post-Brexit, the EU has pretty much moved on. Yes, the Northern Ireland Protocol is still a concern, but the EU has not changed any of its rules to help out the UK or its businesses in respect to the new third country status Britain faces. Things will continue to get worse until Brexiteers are thrown out of government and pragmatists are put in place. But with the likes of Liz Truss or Rishi Sunak taking over from Boris Johnson, the wait will be long. Many sectors are crying out for help, but admitting that there is a problem undermines Brexit. Helping out sectors undermines Brexit. And sadly, many businesses, the length and breadth of the UK, will be sacrificed in order to protect this important Tory legacy. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.